Okay, I'm going to do this little video here since there's a lot of new people buying guns right now. Since the gun sales are going crazy and ammo, I want to do a little short video here for the new gun owners or people that are looking to buy a new gun right now, especially people that's not used to having guns or not been around them very much. I want to go over a couple of things and just kind of show you a couple little things here, give you a couple ideas. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over the shotgun. A lot of people use shotgun for home defense. So I just want to show here that the pump shotgun is really good for home defense. Alright, so, and why I want to show you this with a pump shotgun is because if you have an intruder, if you have somebody come into your house trying to break in, and now I have all the lights and all on. Let me get over here real quick so I can show you this. Uh-oh, somebody's trying to break in. Alright, so if somebody's trying to break in your home, all you gotta do is go, I have a gun, and then cock it like that. And that sound right there, that sound will make people turn and run. I have a gun. And it's always good to have dogs too. They really help. But when somebody's trying to break in your home and you yell, I have a gun, and cock it like that cocking sound of a shotgun, that will make people turn and run. So that's one reason a shotgun, a pump shotgun, is very good for home defense. Now, something else here. Once you do that, don't stand in front of your door. Because if somebody is coming in, you don't want to be standing right in front of the door doing it. So I want to give you a little advice. So if you go up close to the door and you yell that, I have a gun, and cock it, like that, and if they still don't run, if they're still trying to come in, you don't want to be standing right there in front of the door. So what you want to do is, depending on how your house is, but like mine, this is the spot here. I have a door right there. That's our front door. And then the dining room window. So I'm just going to give you a little tip here to help keep you safe if you were to be in that kind of situation. Pick you a spot, something like this. And come over here and get down. When you get down in a spot like this, you have all this wood from the table and the chairs in between you and that door. And if somebody does come in that door, it's very quick and easy to go ahead and take them out and eliminate the threat. Because you're going to be pretty scared. If you're a new gun owner and you're buying a gun, a rifle, shotgun, whatever you're buying, AR-15, a handgun, if you got to actually shoot somebody that's coming into your home, and most people are going to be scared. Something like this with a shotgun, you have some options. You have some options here with the ammunition, which is another thing. If you're buying a gun, especially right now, you want to get one that has the ammo that's available. Let me fix my phone there. Alright, so you want to be able to buy ammo that's available. Now this shotgun It'll shoot the 2 3/4 double aught buck. It's a double aught buck, 2 3/4 inch. That's a standard round. The double aught buck has 9 pellets in it. So if you got to shoot at somebody, you got 9 pellets heading towards them. So a shotgun like this, you can fit 5 shells, you can fit 8 shells. So you're going to have a lot of pellets headed towards them if you had to shoot. Even just at one first shot, you're going to have 9 pellets heading towards them. And they're going to spread out a little bit and they're going to hit. Now I use a 3-inch shell in my gun, my shotgun, because I hunt with it. So I use a 3-inch shell. This is going to kick a little bit more. The 3-inch kicks a lot more than the 2 3/4. But the 2 3/4 is really good for home defense. The double aught buckshot. That's what a lot of the police and the military, they use the double aught buckshot and the 2 3/4 inch. This is a 12 gauge shotgun. So that's a really common standard round. So that's going to be available. That's one of the probably the most common ammo that's going to be available. And then next you have the 3-inch buckshot, double aught buck. Now these have 15 pellets in them. So instead of having 9 pellets going down range, you got 15 pellets going down range. And of course for shotgun, if you're using a shotgun for hunting, you have that option. You have a turkey load if you want to turkey hunt. These are also 3-inch. And these are a 3-inch Magnum. I use these for turkey hunting. These are a little bit different than the double aught bucks. These have more pellets in them, more pellets and smaller pellets in them. And with the shotgun, a lot of your shotguns, you can change this choke out right here on the end of it. The choke here on the end. So like the choke that's on this one now, will shoot any of these that I have here on the table. And I can change the choke and I can put a different choke on it for shooting slug. So this is just one shell. This is one pellet that's going to go downrange. And it is a slug. It's called a slug. But for home defense, I recommend using the double aught buckshot. But I can change the choke in the end of it to shoot the slug. Or I can change the choke to a different choke for shooting my turkey shots. And this will give me a tighter pattern when the pellets go down range and spread out. This will keep them closer together in a tighter pattern. Something like that, you know. So if you're interested in hunting, but if you're just getting it for self-defense, like I said again, the 12 gauge shotgun, the pump, and the 2 3/4 inch double aught buckshot is the most standard, common to go with, and it's going to be the most available. A lot of your ammo right now has been sold out and selling out quick. So and when we do start getting ammo back, your shotgun shells are going to be the quickest, easiest to get a hold of, because there's a big variety of shells. You can even get in 12 gauge shells. You can get like birdshot, and then that'll basically do the same thing. So birdshot works. So that gives you another option of ammo with the shotgun. So I want to give a few tips like that. I also want to talk about safety. I want to talk about safety a little bit too, since I'm showing this. Because you don't want to be shooting one of your loved ones. You don't want a family member coming in the door late at night that you didn't know was out, or you didn't know they were outside, or you didn't know they went out. You don't want them coming in the door and you shooting them. So, first of all, the first important rule for firearms is to always keep your firearm pointed in a safe direction. Like as you see right here, I have it pointed at the wall. Never point a gun at somebody unless you're having to shoot them. Only if you're having to shoot them, that's the only time you point a gun at somebody. So always keep in mind which direction your gun is pointed, or your firearm. Another thing is never put your finger on the trigger until you're ready to fire. Always keep your finger up here close to the trigger until you're ready to fire. So if you do get whatever kind of gun you get, firearm you get, you always want to learn how to take it apart, clean it, put it back together several times. You want to mess with it a little bit just to get used to it. You got to get used to it, because if you got to use it during the night when it's dark, you want to know where everything is and be used to it. So that's like right here, this little button right here. It releases the pump. So you can't pump it unless you hit that button right there. Unless you have ammo in it and you're shooting. When you pull that trigger and shoot, then it'll release the pump. So you can kick a shell out and put your other shell in. And your first shell, you can drop it right in the chamber here. Which I'm not going to do. I'm not going to load it here in the kitchen. But you can drop your first shell in, run it up, and then the rest of your shells you can put them in from the bottom. So just kind of so you have an understanding of that. And always keep it on safety. So that's another thing you want to know exactly where your safety is. So if you got to get up in the dark and be ready to fight, the safety right there, when you click it and you see the red, when you see that red, it means it's ready to fire. So I click it back. Now you don't see the red, so now it's on safety, and it won't fire when it's on safety. Alright. So a couple of rules: you always want to make sure your firearm is pointed in a safe direction, always, and never put your finger on the trigger until you're ready to shoot. Always keep your finger up close to the trigger, and when you're ready to shoot, then you put your finger on the trigger and shoot. Alright, so that's a couple of things I wanted to go over with. And also, if you're having to shoot at somebody, I mean, it's one thing if they're coming in your door and you know for sure that it's not your family members. You know for sure that somebody just broke in, or you can see them, and you have to shoot. You just want to be careful of when you're shooting, whether you're hunting an animal, shooting at an animal, or having to shoot at a person. You want to be aware of what is behind them. So like here, I mean, I know my front yard. I know about how far my front yard is and where the neighbor's house is. So I know that there's nothing directly for a pretty long ways that the shotgun shell would hit. There's the shotgun pellets. If I was to miss somebody coming in the door, if I was to shoot, and some of these pellets missed them and went past them and went out through the yard across the road, I know that I've got a real good chance that there's nothing out there that I'm going to hit. But the best you can, you always want to make sure what is behind your target. Make sure that your target is you're hitting your target, or make sure there's nothing behind them that where you could hit somebody and kill them. All right, so there's a shotgun for new people buying firearms, looking to buy firearms right now. Your 12 gauge shotgun pump, because you can scare somebody without having to shoot them. That's the main reason I want to show this video, because there's a lot of new people right now buying firearms, and you can actually scare them by doing that and not have to shoot them. And if you do have to shoot them, you have 9 pellets headed down range at them, and they're going to spread out in a small pattern and go down range. So if you're aiming for the body, mid-torso, they're going to spread out and hit them. You're going to have a bunch of pellets hitting them. So that is a pretty good gun right there for home defense and to protect your family. And that's one of your rights that you have as an American. Really, as a person. Anybody in this world is a person. But here in the United States, we have our laws, we have our Constitution, and you have a right to protect yourself and your family. All right, thank you for watching. So I just want to show here that the pump shotgun. You want to be able to buy ammo that's available. Now this shotgun, it'll shoot the 2 3/4 double-aught buck. It's a double-aught buck, 2 3/4 inch. So I can show you this. Uh-oh, somebody's trying to break in. All right. So if somebody's trying to break in your home, all you gotta do is go, I have a gun, and then cock it like that. I have a gun.